Let's see, what is this one? Oh, Aladdin.
Oh, what does he say about Aladdin?
Aladdin,
I
an often breathtaking recreation of the
both
film.
versions. Like the Genesis one was more actiony, and the SNES one was more platforming. I actually like both of those.
I am of the.
This is the second volume.
I am of the opposite of what a lot of people say is. I prefer the Super Nintendo version.
I really like that one.
Of Aladdin.
I like both of them. Like I never really picked a side. Like I really enjoy both.
But I think the what is it? The Sega Genesis version was a lot more
action heavy.
Well, it was more action heavy, but I think it was closer to its source material.
Yeah.
But the Super Nintendo version was fantastic as well.
It was really
The only one
It's a beautiful game,
that I can
yeah.
remember that I just hated was Cave of Wonders.
You're damn right, getting out of there.
Yeah.
It was the fucking worst.
That was my
Genesis.
Yeah.
Yes,
if
that
I could
was a
beat
hard
that
one.
level, I could beat the game.
Yeah, that was a hard level.
All right.
You could do it.
NBA
You
Jam.
could do it. Maybe. Whoa!
Wow.
That got close.
Yeah, so that one is a complete leap of faith. Like, you don't have any way of knowing what's out there.
No,
like,
you
something
really
that
don't.
You're like, you just fall down. You're like, there's got to be something here. You're like, I came down here. Like what is this?
Fucking guy.
What?
The fucking NBA Jam characters.
Oh, what does he say?
Play for president. It gives you the codes to play as Clinton, Vice President Gore, Warren Moon, George P. Funk Clinton. I don't know who half of these people are. It looks like a lot of like the people who worked on the game.
Yeah. Well, what was the third one you said after Gore? Warren Moon.
Warren Moon.
He was a football player.
Houston Oilers quarterback. Yep.
Yeah. Houston Oilers. Back when it was the Oilers, now it's the Houston Texans.
He says it's already a classic.
Honestly, though, it is a classic.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Super Nintendo version, not the Genesis.
Maybe not Genesis. The Genesis version of Mortal Kombat. Is Mortal Kombat in there? What does he say about Mortal Kombat?
Let me see. Oh, it said something about if you had to pick only one fighting game, this is it.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I don't know if I would select that one. I would probably pick Street
I'd
Fighter.
go Street Fighter.
Well, here's Phantasy Star 2.
I've never been a big Mortal Kombat fan.
I was a huge Mortal Kombat fan, but I'm a big fan of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3
Yeah, that's the
for
one.
the
I
Super
like.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, he's surprisingly lenient to the Phantasy Star series.
I love the tone that they use for that. That's the same one from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phantasy Star 2, an appealing and expansive role-playing game with very satisfying graphics. Actually, it was pretty good. And then Phantasy Star 3, you won't be disappointed in this complex saga, which I completely agree with. Phantasy Star 3 was insanely good.
This power is not really useful right now since I did it to the end, but this one actually just finds like hidden things.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Your armor
So I
looks
wonder if you
incredible.
could.
Yeah,
so,
you can use that to find like the other things there.
Yeah, so you remember that thing that you said it's like the nondescript floor?
Yeah.
It's really hard to find.
Yeah,
Would you be able to use that power then to find it?
Yeah, you can use that one. I remember that I didn't find it that way, but I forgot how I did it. But yeah, you're able to use that helmet
That
power
looks
to
like
get
there's something in there.
You're able to use. So there's some rooms like this. I can go to one later. But
Is there no secret? There's no secret in there?
There's this. So it's a little secret room where if you use the silk shot and charge, it brings you a whole bunch of items.
Oh.
So for this one here, it does like weapon energy. There's one in Bubble Crab where it gives you health.
Gotcha.
And that one's great if you want to store up all of your energy tanks.
Yeah. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, those bats. Hey, we shall never speak ill of Jeff Roven in this house.
Jeff Roven can suck the fattest cock he can find.
You know what? He can suck the fuck out of me.
Skitchin'! Great scenery, good animation, unique gameplay.
Skitchin'! Oh, good old Skitchin'.
Magna Centipede's weapon.
Fuck.
Magnify.
Oh, he's got Sonic the Hedgehog!
Crystal Snail.
Is the Taz Escape from Mars game in there, or whatever it's
Oh,
called?
I don't know. I'm getting there. In every way, one of the great games for Sonic 1.
It
Because you kind of bully him. So he has a shell. You can actually kick it away from him.
No, that's just mean. do it.
So he's like, shit.
This poor guy.
No. Does it do more damage if he doesn't get back to his?
Oh.
Wow, you are. I was gonna say.
Did you say
you are-
Tasmania?
What?
It was just Tasmania in here.
Oh.
Eye-filling graphics and animation with surprisingly challenging gameplay.
No, because there's the one where Marvin the Martian kidnaps him.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if that's in here. There's Hyperstone Heist.
Oh, what does he say about Hyperstone
Beautiful,
Heist?
vibrant graphics and two-fisted action.
See, and that was another one.
Loved Hyperstone Heist.
I loved Hyperstone Heist, but I was a bigger fan of Turtles in Time. I just was.
Big Apple. What?
Big Apple. 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Prehistoric Turtlesaurus.
See, I'm the other end of the spectrum. I liked Hyperstone Heist. Beatles arcade game.
Where no turtle has gone before.
Actually, World of Illusion was pretty good.
Oh, the Mickey Mouse game?
Yeah, actually, that one was a lot of fun. Zombies ate my neighbors.
Oops.
One of the most delightfully creepy games around, and strong visuals and fun, interesting characters.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Short takes. Oh, these are just like a bunch of goofy little.
So now it's the final 2 levels.
Yep, you're doing that at X Hunter base. Well, it's not 2 here, but I'm gonna go first to.
Oh, it's just that one, or
I'm gonna go to the junkyard and get a power up,
Ah.
and then I'm gonna go get some life, and I'm gonna go fight go fight the X Hunters.
Oh, gotcha.
Jeff Roven, hope you're dead.
Wow.
I do.
Pretty sure he's not.
Maybe I should write a How to Win at Super Nintendo Games book. Link to the Past. A crappily graphic, looks too much like a goddamn cartoon. Fun game though. that would be my review. If you're looking for something dark, turn the lights off. Otherwise, you're not gonna get it from this bitch. It's another good Super Nintendo. Excalibur 2097. Extremely challenging, probably one of the most satisfying games you'll ever beat in your life. Graphics A++. Music, I wish I could go higher.
I don't know what that game is.
It's not good.
It's a terrible game.
The first boss whooped our ass for 45 minutes, I think. It was a disaster.
Yeah, it's a terrible game.
Yeah. We'll play it on the channel sometime.
No.
Don't worry about that.
Oh.
Oh man.
No, we won't.
So what is something you would like to see happen to Mega Man, Tim? Like what?
Like, if the franchise we're going to evolve.
Yeah, like if they were gonna do, like, let's say they were like, let's create another another Mega Man thing. You know, not an X game, not a regular game, but we're gonna create a whole new series thing here. What would you like to see them do?
It's a pretty tough choice. I mean, I have all of my fan wishes. Like, I really want to see, another Legends game, because Legends 2 ended on a cliffhanger, and I really have to see another X game. I'd like to see another one of the RPG line too, like the Command Mission series. I'd love to see those. Zero, leave it alone. It was perfect. Like, it ended well. 04's definitive ending. Don't touch it. Please don't do like an HD remaster is fine, but just don't make a 05. That's fine. A ZX3, I'd love to see.
The ZX was good.
I'm surprised they haven't announced the Battle Network collection already. I think that's probably gonna happen.
I'll be sold on that one.
Oh yeah,
I actually
I'll
would
get
too.
it. I'm sure I'll get it.
I hope if they do the Battle Network, I'm hoping they'll put the GameCube game in there.
Yeah.
That was good. I actually like
Network
that.
really
transmission?
love that
Yeah,
one.
that one I think is like a really a hidden gem. People at the time were really harsh on that. I think it got Game Informer gave it a 5 out of 10 or something. It was
Which one?
that was Network Transmission on the GameCube, which is a
gotcha.
Mega Man Battle Network sort of hybrid 2D platformer game. And it's really fun.
super hard, but
I also hope that they would take a stab at including some of the lesser known ones. Like there's Rockman EXE WS and the Wonder Swan, which is like that. So it's a 2D side scrolling
that'd be kind of fun.
which I import that and that's super fun. But we'll just see. But as far as a new series, I mean,
What's
It's really hard
something
to
you
see.
think you'd like to see them explore more?
I
Like I
mean-
said, more of the things from the Wily perspective, where you're playing as one of his main creations.
it would be pretty fun to have one where you get to sort of build your own robot and do things like that. You get to build your own creations in Hero Movies. Like I could see that happening with the Mega Man, like being like a Dr. Wily and trying to take over the world and building your own robots.
You know, it'd be a really cool
like you could build
idea.
your own team.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fun.
Doing a game kind of like what is it? It's not Dungeon Keeper, but like you get to build your own. Imagine doing like a Mario, like the Mario Maker for Mega Man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there already is a fan game for that, and it's really good.
Mega Man Maker.
Yep. So it does exist. Like fans have done it, and it's really cool.
Mega Maker.
Like being able to
I
even
would
make
see
like
that.
your own bosses for in it and shit. That'd be really cool.
That would be pretty badass.
One I've been really looking forward to. It's a fan game I've also been following for I think about 10 years now. Is Mega Man X Corrupted, which this looks amazing, and I've been really excited for it for so many years. But it's basically a Mega Man X game with some cues with like Symphony of the Night or things like that, where it's it's like one huge world, and you have a lot of like RPG elements and power ups and things like that.
Huh.
And he's done a lot to it over the years. It just looks I've been waiting a really long time to play that.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't done something like that, considering these games kind of are almost Metroidvania-ish.
Well,
in the fact that you can access different areas with different abilities, and
Yeah.
like these kind of fall into that
Yeah.
same vein. But it's more stage-based,
Yeah.
like seeing something with an overworld. Like,
well, that is what they got at in the ZX games. So
That's true.
So those ones are really like that, especially Advent, which is just it's so good, and it makes me really upset that people don't play those at all. Like, I'm like, oh man,
I have them, I
love
love
this. And like they had multiple characters, all these powers. You get to change into like the actual enemies and use their abilities. Oh shoot! But you can. So in the ZX, the first one you had like the Model X and like Model Z and other ones that, and you had like the models based on the Guardians from Mega Man Zero. So you had like Harpuya and Leviathan and Fafnir and Phantom and those and they're really cool. But in Advent they had ones based on the bosses of that game too, and you had so many to play, and it was really great. Although I did like in the first ZX, there was an extra bonus where if you had a copy of 03 or 04 and put it in the GBA slot of a DS, and you were playing,
Jesus Christ.
I'm being careless. If you're playing there and that, you actually to get Model O, which is based on Omega from the Zero series, which is basically Zero's original body. Is really powerful,
oh wow,
and that was really fun to play as.
damn, I'm gonna have to play through those.
Those are really good.
I love how you don't miss a beat. Like your foot gets caught there. You're like, oh shoot, like you just kept going. You got killed. You're like, fuck.
This entire game.
It was just. It seems like every time you got hit there, it kept
This entire game. That was his first and second death.
we're gonna have to start over.
You gotta start over.
Gotta start over.
This is not
Andy,
gonna. You're not gonna.
Andy, fast forward. Or I suppose this would be Kevin. Kevin, fast.
Rewind it.
Fast forward.
Never happened.
That's fine.
No, it's who cares.
But yeah, for the ZX series, like it's really good, and it's a shame that they haven't got more into it. Especially that like they kind of hint in that game that there are like 3 like wise men in that game, and they're based on Light, Wily, and Cossack, and that like sort of like the 3 robots.
Yeah,
And they kind of hinted at the end of ZX Advent that like the stand-in for Light is actually evil in it, which is really interesting. So like that's one I had liked a lot.
Yeah, like that's why I'm saying a cool thing would have been to see like the opposite side where like X is the final boss. You know what I mean? Where his ability to copy your abilities would be like a cool thing to fight against, where you're swapping out abilities and he's doing the same.
Yeah.
Like it would be such a unique idea to have him as like a final boss.
I did like it for the penultimate challenge for X5 is X versus Zero. So if you're playing as X, you fight Zero and vice versa, because they keep building up to it. And X5 also has multiple endings, but a big plot point is that Zero basically comes to grips with the fact that he was like originally built by Dr. Wily and he was supposed to be a Maverick and supposed to basically enslave the world.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to like take everything over, and Sigma is like really trying to make that happen. So like he crashes the Eurasia colony on the planet, trying to spread like this virus to purify Zero, because he finds out that that's the Sigma virus, which what he has. That's not what originally was. Like it sort of morphed when it infected him. So like a big fan theory is that the evil energy in Mega Man 8, right?
Yeah.
That came from space, and Dr. Wily first encountered it and sort of got to work with it. And he saw that it was able to infect both living things and machines. Like it's able to sort of bend them like to its will and make them evil and do things.
Yeah.
The idea is that Wily either on his own or he was like infected by the energy, but decided to use it, and that went into Zero's capsule. It became a part of him.
Okay. Yeah.
And like that sort of became the basis of the Zero virus when there. And so when Zero's discovered pre-X series, at the beginning of the X series, this Kane finds X's capsule, and then he builds robots based on X.
Yeah.
And that's like they end up building Sigma, and he's supposed to be like this. He's supposed to be like the most intelligent, most powerful Reploid. He's the leader of the Maverick Hunters. Like he's an upstanding, person. Like, he's basically like he's the best. He's the one who finds Zero and gets his ass kicked, and he only beats Zero because Zero like gets as they're fighting, he stops and there's a W that appears on his forehead, which makes it think that Wily's like, oh shit, Zero's awake. Remote override. I'm gonna try to fix this because Zero wasn't ready. So he's like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna patch you. Like stop moving. He didn't know he was fighting Sigma.
Yeah.
Sigma like busts him open, and the virus basically transfers from Zero because it was working its magic right there into Sigma, which was not expected. And Sigma then leaves on his own ambitions to take over the world and overthrow humanity. So Wile's like, shit, like now I gotta work with this asshole and like fix things here, and I gotta get Zero back. So it ends up being like with this game, so he's, you have the X Hunters like rebuilding Zero and trying to get them over to his side. Like Sigma in this even tells Zero like, oh, like you're supposed to follow me. Which eventually it's X3, like X like, oh, like I think one day I'm gonna have to fight Zero, like I'm gonna have to destroy him. And X4, it's a thing like where X and Zero talk about being Maverick. Like X is like, if I'm Maverick, you have to kill me. And with X5, it's sort of like you see them like not trusting each other, like they're kind of wondering what's going on. And like when X sort of like feels his energy, like, oh, like something is wrong here. So that always made it like it was a really cool moment for the series where that felt like it was going to be the end. And there are like multiple takes on it. One is where Zero is purified by the virus and retains his true form and power, and he's absurdly strong, and he's like floating and has like an aura and floats down. The other one is where like he doesn't, and they kind of like just mistake each other for it. Like Zero's like, no, I'm gonna do this. And X is like, I gotta stop you. And when you fight, if you're fighting X, what's really cool in that situation is like X starts off with his blue armor, but then starts changing into other ones mid-fight using other powers.
Oh, cool.
So like it kind of like, oh, like he can do this during this battle. Like he's able to to swap powers and do things, which was just really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was a really big moment in the entire series.
Look at this fucking guy.